All right. Let's. What? Yeah, because this says Olam Labrias Milboina Shotera, that we were learning Torah Dal Likutey Moharan II. Usually it's understood that woe to the people from El Boino, the insult, that the Torah is insulted, right? El Boino Shel Torah, that people don't learn Torah, it's insulting to the Torah. It's Olam Labrias Milboina Shel Torah.
Can you say that in English?
Yeah, woe to them, to the creations, from the insult that is perpetrated against the Torah. They're not learning it, and so forth and so on. That's the Poshet understanding of the Ma'amar Chazal. The Bas Amen Chazal is a Bas Kol. It comes out and says, Oilem labrias mel boino shel Torah. You also understand it is like, Oilem labrias mel boino shel Torah, lost love, everything will become open. Olam Haba, everything is open. And he sits written in the Torah this, and I did that. Woe to me, the shame that I am going to be shamed, vis-a-vis the Torah, like after 120 years, you stand and the Torah says to do this, so why did I do that? It's not just the Torah gets insulted by me. It's just like the busha, that...
We're going to pull us out of that mess.
What?
Ben's going to pull us out of that situation.
Akol tov. Okay, so we spent the last 2 weeks explaining in great detail the concept of revenge and why this is such a central theme, why it is so important that the Gemara equates it to Das and to Beis Hamikdash. Three things: Das and Beis Hamikdash and Nakoma. And we wonder what's the big deal about Nakoma? I mean, it's better than they don't do anything to us and don't take Nakoma by them. So we devoted the last 2 shurim get deeper into this issue, the way that Arizal explains why it's such a great deal, this in of Nakama. The tzaddik will rejoice, for he had seen Nakam, he had seen the revenge. We are. This is Sif Vav in the middle, towards the end. After we said that you don't always hear the Kriya of Yom Tov that calls you the Zebchinas, the Yom Tovim, they advertise the fact that Kadosh Baruch Hu runs the world, and everything that is going on in the world runs according to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hu levado also oise v'yasa l'chol ha'maisim. And Yom Tovim express it. So the more a person is close to that, the more a person is rejoicing Simchas Yom Tov. Ze b'chinas yismach tzadik v'chazanokom, pa'amav irchas b'nam harosho, pa'amav dafka, the word pa'amav, it says his steps. He says steps will be washed with the blood of the Rasha. Why dafka his steps? Pa'amav, lama dafka, you should say tzad, in the middle of Sif Vav. It's Torah Daled, Tilyana.
Oh,
Seif Vav in there.
So at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
פעם מבדקה לשלוש פעמים בשונו שהם יום טובים. שעל יודום נסגל הרוצן. Yom Tovim are the announcing system of the Ratzon. Because the Yom Tovim is Sholosh Regolim, Sholosh Paim B'Shono, all Yomel will see the face of Odin Hashem. Sholosh Paim Yismach Tzadik Chazanoko V'chule. כמו שכוסו ויומי אודו מחפיא לצדיק, אך יש אלוקים שופטים בארץ. A person will say that there is a fruit, there is a reward to the tzaddik. יש אלוקים שופטים בארץ, זה היינו שיסגל שיש אלוקים שופט כרציינו. It'll be revealed that there is an Elokim that judges everything the way he wants to. יש פרי לצדיק, there's schar to the tzaddik. ובהם אינקום. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take his revenge. And that will bring the rejoicing to the tzaddik. As we explained the last couple of times, that what will happen is that when the revenge will take place, the kelipot, that house, the nitzotzes, the sparks of the very first light that Kadosh Baruch Hu has shown into the Sefirot, that causes the Sefirot to shatter and for the shards to fall into the Kalipot and everything. When Kadosh Baruch Hu will take revenge, they will crack the shells, the Kalipot, and the light, the great infinite light, which has been stored in it, been taken over by the Kilipot, will be released. That, together with the dibur of Torah and Tefillah, that will just, if you can just move it a little bit so it doesn't stir the world.
How do these people get over ore? Yeah.
Initially, you get the ore when there are two types of ore. There's the initial ore and there's the secondary ore, step 2, plan B. Plan A, because Baruch Hu shown his infinite light and it shattered the Sefirot. That light resides in the Sefirot. How do you take it out? You overcome Yetzer Hara. But then you have pieces. You have pieces of light, you have pieces of letters. Now, there is the plan B, that's a diminished light that went into the Sefirot 2.0. And that is the Torah and the Tefillah and so forth and so on. So when a person withstand the Yetzer Hara, withstand the temptation, he takes out those sparks of the great primordial light, but it's still in pieces, it's still in crumbs, as it were. And when you learn Torah and you daven, you put it all together. And with this, you have a Sogas Alakus, as you can perceive HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Where does the Nakama come?
Okay, Nakama comes when people don't hold up to their end of the bargain. They don't withstand the temptation at Sahara.
So when Hashem takes the common rebellion.
So that's the plan B of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If people don't withstand the temptation, Shalom Aleichem. If people don't withstand the temptation of Yetzirah, they'll have to go in goals. That the Goyim take over, they oppress us, And Kadosh Baruch Hu takes nekama. In other words, the light that we lose by not keeping up to our end of the bargain, by withstanding the temptation of Sahara, it falls to the klipot. The goyim oppress us. Kadosh Baruch Hu takes revenge, breaks the klipos, and the light comes back. Now, if we're good, if we do that which we are supposed to do, then amen. We do what we're supposed to do, and we get it the easy way. We don't do, so we get sauce with the goyim and end up, we get it, because Baruch Hu takes revenge. So this macht tzaddik, the tzaddik who gets it, the B'chinas Simchas Yom Tov.
The goyim are used to punish us.
Yeah.
And then Hashem goes to come on them, and that lets out the light
Yes.
once we've been cleansed.
Does it work like when we overcome our Yitzhar? Is that the way that Hashem doesn't come on the guy?
There's no need to. There's no need to. If we overcome a Yetzer Hara, we would send a temptation. There's no need to,
The light comes without you.
There's no need. There's no need for oppression. There's no need for nekama. You already you retrieve the light by overcoming my I overcome by overcoming my Yetzer Hara. I retrieve the light, so I don't have to. He said that's the way we went. We came to Israel, right? And we got more and more and more. We got the Samigdash, Baruch Hashem, and everything else. But we kept on, not stepping up to the plate. So we had to go in Galus. Because whenever it is that we don't overcome the Yetzer Hara, that brings down, that conceals, that light, those sparks of holiness, deep into the kalipot. And that's the game, They oppress us. We are cleansed by that. Because Baruch Hu takes nekama, retrieves all the light that we lost by not overcoming Yitzhar.
Yeah, how did the broken pieces
we had two shurim
right.
covering that material. If you just watch them again, we're going to, basically it is so complicated, we can very easily spend 10 shurim of that as well. It's sort of like, go ahead, and anybody who wants to, Baruch Hashem, there's in the group, there's on Telegram, there's audio, there's a link to the video, in YouTube, there's the videos. So it's all there. I know B'chinas Simchas Yom Tov, Isgal Serotzen. It is through the revelation of the Ratzon that is revealed in Yom Tov. They call a Kriya through the announcement that the Yom Tov announces and calls out the Ratzon. This is that not everyone hears the voice, the sound of the calling. Why not? Because there are bad, wild animals that are mauling and devouring. Who are these bad animals? These are the scientists.
What?
These are the scientists, Chachmei HaTeva. Shemarim b'chochmasom amutis, that show in their twisted chochma, shakol al piteva, everything is natural. Kilu en shum rotzon chas v'sholom. As if there's no divine volition at all, chas v'chalil. Even the immense, amazing miracles that Hashem did with us. They ship it all into, no, that's natural, that's no 2020 hindsight. No. Look what's going on now. Now, not only that they say, already people, they say, oh, what's the big deal? You know, it's the army is doing everything. What's the army? You know, the army is very good. So where was the army on October 7th? That vaunted amazing, everything put together like a Swiss watch. Where is it? Where was it? No, that's the fault of the prime minister. And what now? No, now it's not him. Now it's them. Besides, what's his exit plan? The Arya Deri met with the prime minister after I think a day after. After the Friday or Sunday. So he told him, the prime minister told him, this was supported by the biggest party of the coalitions. It's Mifleget Siyata D'Shmaya. So that's the prime minister.
Oh, good.
That's the most important. That's the prime minister says, Siyata, the whole thing is Siyata D'Shmaya. That's basically what he said. Everything is natural. Now they'll explain A, B, it's nothing. Now, what's your plan? And C, this is Chayes Rostarfus. This is bad, mean, mauling animals. Whether they talk about natural laws, whether they say anything, B'Kedushas is that, that's not HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this is that, where it is said that it is good, where it is said this is bad. If it's good, it's we, and it's bad, this is the fault of all those that I always oppose. And I always told you that they are to blame for everything. This is also their fault. You don't know what the fault yet is. You wait, you'll see what the fault is. You know, that shall be revealed. This is called Chayes Ros Torfus. The Chomim alalu emchinas ros Chayes Ros. They're kind of wild, mean animals. Them dorsim v'torfim ravim bnei Ameinu. They maul and devour many of our people.
Goyim scientist? Goyim?
Any kind of, it starts with the essence of the goyim, but it's also by us. It doesn't matter. So, that they make the mistake also. They get misled by them after them. The sermon kavosim, they also hold like that. They believe, yeah, that's right. It's all natural, and whatever's fault is the fault of the person that I always said that he's not good for nothing. And everything is just natural. There's no outside forces out there. Shem is Gabrim, and they overcome. Their noise becomes deafening. Azai kol shagosam olam is Gaber al kol akriya shel yontiv. Their calling, their announcing, their PA system is louder than the public system of Yontiv. Shikoris arotzim. Vazai nishbat simchas Yontiv chas v'shalom. That, you know, that make the call of the simchas Yontiv hit the wall with a dull thud. Get to Yontiv, okay? What's next? The main simcha of Yom Tov is when there is a revelation of the Ratzin. As Chas v'Shalom, when we don't hear the calling of the Yom Tov, that's calling the Ratzin, that brings about the roar of those vicious animals. And even the miracles that Kodesh Baruch Hu did with us, they have all kinds of natural explanations, pseudo explanations. No, you don't know. It was this, it was that, it was this, it was that. And that breaks down the Simcha of Yom Tov. Because if Chas v'Chalila, everything is natural, what are you happy about? It's a natural thing, okay? You take something, you drop it down, it falls down. You ask me to dance, okay? So if people believe that it's all natural, that kills the Simchas Yom Tov. And that means, okay, let's say Beseder, went out of Mitzrayim, all right? So Beseder, you're happy then, okay, I understand that. But now, we're under the heels of the Goyim. So what's that to be happy about? But when a person is zeicher to hear the calling of the Yom Tov, that announces the willful conduct of the world, that's all divine will. There's no chiyuv, then we know that the same way that Kodesh Baruch Hu did miracles for us then, the same way He will do with us now, even greater, and will save us from all the goliaths, and we'll take nekam of them. Why? Because everything is bechavana. If you know 100% that whatever happens is bechavana, that's just you believe, in principle. In Hebrew, it's a begadol, general. Okay. Then your simcha is also in principle. You're happy. You're making happy voices, but you're not really happy. But the more aware you are of the truth, of the fact that Kodesh Baruch Hu runs the world every single second, the happier you are. The Yom Tovim were the tools that the Kodesh Baruch Hu used to infuse a reality that is dark, the star, to enable free choice. And in that sulfurous clouds of a star, because Baruch injected, put these mechanisms that blare out the sound. Everything is berotzen HaKadosh Baruch Hu. These are the Yom Tovim. The more you listen to it, the more your reality becomes that of divine will. I remember, Moiv Rabbi Simcha Balev is weaker, finds it very hard to walk, and I know he's an elderly yid. And I said to him, I daven for you that you should be healthy and you'll have the kind of koiches that you had 20 years ago. So he tells me, who says that 20 years ago was better? Maybe now is better. Everything Kodesh Baruch Hu does is good. When a person lives with his Galas Sarot, when he listens to the Kriya of Yom Tov, everything is good. I was able to easily go and do whatever 20 years ago, and now you can't. That's the way it's supposed to be. Who says then it was better? It's not just that he's being like, okay, I'm passive, I'm apathetic, just like apathy. It's just like whatever comes. Listen, go fight CD Hall. Whatever comes, what can I do? How can I do? So, but whatever he does is good. No, it means that but obviously I would prefer if it would be the way it used to be when I was more powerful. He says exactly the opposite. Who tells you that then was better? Maybe now is better. Exactly the way it is. Now it's not just the way it is and you got to accept it because what can you do? That's not what it's about. Now is better. Now is better. That means that you hear the calling of Yom Tov. וזה בחיnas, what it said, שהגו צריך בקרב מועדיך, שמו אויסויסום אויסויס. Shagu Tzorecha, your enemies have roared, Bekerev Moadecha. Al-Pipshat means they roared in Beis HaMikdash. Bekerev Moadecha, but what Rabbeinu says here, Bekerev Moadecha, within your Yom Tovim. They are trying to drown out the voice of Yom Tov. They say that what their kesim are, what their explanations are, what their whatever, this is the emes. And what's inhibits is Shishagas Atzerim, that the roar of the enemies, the Hainu Kol HaChayos Rosh, the voice of the bad animals. Shem Chachmei HaTeva, these are the Chacham of science, of nature. Nichnos Bekerev HaMoyadim Mamash, it actually enters inside the Yom Tov. Ametoch Kol HaKriya Shel Yom Tov, it enters the very calling out of the Yom Tov. Shemachis Bekoros HaRotzon, that announces the Rotzon. The Shagas HaTzorim, and the roar of the enemies goes into it mamish. And they roar in their voice that everything is al pichi v'teva. Everything is according to what they say. Chas v'sholom. Kfi said oisas hashamayim, the way that the stars are, the way that this are, the way that the whatever the discoveries, the kind of discoveries may be, they all explain that according to that. Chas v'sholom. They put their proofs. The science of the heaven, they said that's Oisus. Everything is according to the natural causes, whatever that may be. This is the end of Seif Vav. Let's just stop here for a couple of minutes. Today is Thursday. This is Chav Gimel. Chav Dalet. Where the world is in upheaval.
What?
In upheaval. Everybody is freaked out. Because Kodesh Baruch Hu is doing with us Oisis and Moifsim. And I'm telling you, not because I'm the one who's saying it, I'm telling you, there will be hundreds and even thousands of missiles they're going to shoot. And I'm telling you, there's nothing to worry about. I'm telling you again, there's nothing to worry about. What if you want to worry? Vakasha, free choice. I'm not going to tell you not to worry if you want to worry. What if you worry without wanting to worry? You're just afraid. Okay. So you take something to calm down. No problem. הכל בסדר. הכל בסדר. If you would take the issue of the poor captives in Gaza, Shem Yerachem, and put it aside for a minute, you take it out of the equation, our situation, security situation, have never been better. Past year and a half, because Baruch Hu is toppling them all off, one after the other. Bigger and bigger and bigger. First in the south, then in the north. And all the time, the bigger they are, the bigger the miracle. With Gaza, they still think, okay, it's the might of my hand. Oh, because they're still trotting in mud over there. The Hezbollah, wow, no, forget about it. Over there were miracles like nobody can believe. The whole world was saying, like, whoa, this is like a James Bond story with the beepers and the whole thing. Okay, but that's wow, forget it. But then there's Iran. That's the biggest, that's the big mama, it's a big monster. They're falling quicker than all of them together. Because Baruch B'ezrat Hashem will bring them all down. Yeah, but they don't have an exit strategy. Right. Because Baruch Hu has an exit strategy. The only thing we need to do is we need to daven, we need to do mitzvahs, we need to be besimcha gdoilo. Non-stop. Ad kana kofe aleph. B'ezrat Hashem next week we'll continue.